Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mark Pires, Renaissance Man.
People gather around the Mark Pires Renaissance Man show. Is he still alive? Wait, hold on, I'm not done. Trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2. Is he still alive?
He is Dr. Evil.
Why is he still alive, and why did you answer when I was asking number 2? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2!
A plan is in the works, Dr. Evil.
This is wonderful news, number 2. Over 1,000 days in a row, and we've managed to keep the world from knowing he exists.
Dr. Evil, he's still going and doesn't care.
Well, we need to find another way to stop the show. He's making me look bad, you know? Yeah, no. Perhaps we can make him look like racist or something?
That may work, Dr. Evil.
Perhaps we can get the media to cancel him?
This is your best idea yet, Dr. Evil.
Okay, number 2. Get me Dr. Facce.
Dr. Evil. Dr. Facce is on the evil monitor.
Thank you, number 2. Dr. Facce.
Dr. Evil. It's Dr. Facce.
Well, Dr. Facce. It looks like the gig is up. The Renaissance Man show knows all about you.
Now, look, they created a character after me. We gotta squash him like the friggin' mouse that he is. He calls me a weasel, Fauci. I'm not a weasel, okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm Dr. Facce, okay? Don't call me Dr. Weasel Fauci, okay? Because that's anecdotal.
Anecdotal Fauci. That's what they're always making fun of you about. That you're always anecdotal.
No, I know. Like I said, that everything's anecdotal.
Excellent. Dr. Facce, initiate the final plan.
They never even asked you. Welcome, family and friends, to the Mark Pires Renaissance Man Show. We are live every single day of the year for unscripted live comedy, songwriting in the moment, and total inspiration. So join us on a tour of some of the accomplishments and content created in the first 1,000 days and counting of Renaissance Man. So far in 2021, 12 albums and 156 songs have been released into the world. But we're not even close to done yet, fam. My plan is to put an album out every month for the rest of my days, as well as show up for you every single night. I've created 3 feature films this year: Batmark vs. Supermark, Three's Company the Breakup Artist, and A Christmas Story. Within these comedies, many original characters have surfaced. You know, we have Batmark, Dick Facce, which he doesn't look like this really, but that's Facce. And then, of course, Supermark, who's pretty freaking super if you ask me. Just saying. Hammerlin Jamison's a bit of a drunkard, and he tried to get the role of Supermark. It didn't go well. He does all right at a side gig of, newscaster situation. But you can see in that top photo, he's not doing too well these days. Anyway. Dr. Wayne Doppler, tallest man alive, 8'9", Guinness, and he's also in the Batmark and Supermark movie. And Dr. Weasel Fauci, if you don't know who he is, wear 5,647 masks, especially if you're going to Mars. Stuck on Mars. I will be making a movie out of that. Sid 45, make sure you don't get rupees. Sid has rupees literally pouring out of his igloo. Francesco Vigilughi, look, if you ever need a cartographer, there's just one guy. The Curious Case of Ben Affleck Head. It's about a guy with a head so large, he could literally change the poles. Oh, Dystopia 2021. If you missed that, that's the world we're living in today. If you haven't seen it, I did a couple episodes on it. BB Poo Poo. Don't forget we did 3 cryptos this year. BB Poo Poo, Pee Pee Poo Poo, and of course, Shibbity Bibbity Boo. But it almost was wrecked because of the original Shick Shiggity Boo Boo. Well, look, people are still on the fence, Things were pretty bad for BB Poo Poo at the beginning. And of course, we have many episodes of Spider-Mark, Peter Marker. If you didn't know, check it out. Mark Pires of the Caribbean. That was a hilarious movie. And then if you can't dance, you just, watch this episode. There's 2 of them. Really good stuff. And did you watch Match Game? I did it. And Pressure Luck in it. We did a little Pressure Luck style too, Peter DeMarkin. And if you didn't see Waterworld 2027, I'm the last one left because of the bugaboo. We did many other homages to movies and TV shows and Facce Mulder.
Sonny, you still got the cough?
There are over 100 insane scenes with Dick Facce. And then of course I saved the world, saved all the animals and stuff too. Zuckerchooch, Donald Trump show, make sure you check that out. And we did a couple of raps over the last year. You may not want to miss those.
Trump, Biden, and Christopher Walken rapping?
Yeah. Back to the Future, Mark. Guys, the next movie that's coming out, Back to the Future, Mark. You may not remember some of the characters that I was in the past, so let's just go over it in real time. Marxist, I did it. 10 Commandments. Mark Stradamus, telling the future, of course. Oh, and the artwork I created as Leo Marco da Vinci.
The Mona Lisa? When I got that freaking red, like murdering a family?
That was what O.J. Simpson of the 1600s. Hey, Michelangelo, after you finish that, sculpture, you think you could paint this ceiling? Got it. Circumnavigating the globe is Mark Jellin.
Markola Tesla? If I didn't do my time here as Markola, you guys would have nothing when it comes to electricity.
I still can't believe it. I'm sitting there, I'm writing the Fur Elise, right? I'm in the middle of it. And they're scratching it out and they're writing freaking that hack Beethoven's name on it, right? Don't even get me started on what they did when I was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Doing the fifth and taking all that work?
And then, like modern days, when I'm doing Mark and M, doing the 8 Mile situation. I'm like, Mark and M's the man now, but what I paved the way is the Marktorious B.I.G. as well. When I was Mark Claude Van Damme, I remember that one.
Oh, Mark Schwarzenegger? You didn't know I was Mark Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, that was funny when I worked next to DeVito. The Emancipation Marklamation of 1863. I did my time as Abraham Mark Lincoln.
You guys didn't know I was Abraham Mark? You guys are all Mark Della.
That's why this is all part of the Mark Della effect. Everybody's like, Mandela, man. No, it's Mark Della. Get with it. And then the time I was Mark Guyver, remember, you give me a friggin' toothpick and some tooth floss and we're off. I'm building a bomb. So that's just a good overview of a lot of the shows, not all of them. We have tons of new gear up on the website, guys, markpires.com. And there you can pick up your gear, you can pick up a signed CD, and also don't forget about beatseat.rocks, my invention that I patented. This is her sitting on it. And this is a little demo I made. Welcome to BeatSeat.rocks. My name is Mark Pires, and I'm the inventor of the Beat Seat. Today I'm going to share all of the details of the Beat Seat. It's the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. It's got 4 playable panels, omnitone. Everywhere you hit it sounds different. It's the first drum you could sit completely upright and play with your hands and feet at the same time. It's the Beat Seat. It's the only drum that you could play with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. Anything you'd play in a drum kit, you could play on this, because you're playing with your entire body, but you're sitting upright. Your feet do this. So that's the Beat Seat, the ultimate percussion drum. You could play it with your hands, with your feet at the same time. It has unlimited tones. There's so much to explore. I hope to build one for you. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. And of course, fam, I can't leave you without a little bit of motivation. So take these quotes with you as we get ready to rock for one more night. And yes, we will be doing it again tomorrow. So, until I see you in just a moment, it's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man.
is blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way.
Tickets are available at the box office. Thanks for helping us keep the theater clean. As you exit the auditorium, please deposit litter in trash receptacles in the lobby. Please be considerate and don't talk during the show.
It's part 2, Tuesday. It's Mark Pires. I was walking down the road today, and it's Renaissance Man. Ease my mind and I'm here. Ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pires Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on day 1,100 in a row. Up hard do. We're doing the second part. Because what's the second part, sir? Well, we're here doing a little radio crisis call-in situation. We're doing it. Look, it's a community movie. You guys call in. It's a radio show, as you can see here, 102.7. We're doing it. It's the vibe. Guys, you're on TikTok. Head over to YouTube. You see what this green screen's doing. I'm literally sitting out in Seattle right now, on the air, doing it. We're doing a movie right now, tonight. This is a community movie. I just did my 4th feature film. It came out 3 days ago. It's called The Wolf of Crypto. It's basically the funniest movie of 2022. Maybe not. I don't know, but I liked it. It's a lot of fun. We did it. And now we're doing a new movie tonight. So if you head over to YouTube, you could be a part of that movie. All you have to do is see what we're doing. And then once you see it, you can get involved in the calls, because I'm going to have to log off of Instagram very soon in order to take calls from people. But this is my 4th feature film that I just did. We're about to do number 5. I'm actually creating and releasing 12 feature films this year, at least. I really think I'm going to do 18. But we're doing 12, guaranteed. Last year I did 12 albums, 156 songs. I wrote them all right here on the show. I've been live for 1,100 days in a row today. How about a follow for the guy who's been live for 1,100 days in a row, long form? I'm the only guy on the planet, I think, that's done what I'm doing right now. And we've been censored and suppressed the entire time. So we are breaking through in 2022. That's my motto for the Renaissance Man Show. Been here for 1,100 days in a row. We're breaking through in 2022. We have 1,800 pieces of viral content that have never gone viral. This year, 2022, everything's going viral. We're doing it. I'm just going to will it so. Just keep creating greatness. It doesn't matter if clearly, so we need to will it so. Guys, 156 powerful songs about society are already there. They didn't go viral. 4 feature films, The Wolf of Crypto? Who doesn't want to watch a comedy about crypto right now? I'm doing it. I want to see it. But tonight we're doing a radio call-in show, and it's a crisis call-in show. Look, I want to be clear. Crises, they come in all forms and sizes and shapes and situations. So tonight, Peter Bishop will be here on air taking your calls in order to help you through all your crises. So the phone number will be flashing on the screen very shortly here on YouTube. You do have to hit my link right here on TikTok. Join the family, Renaissance Manly family. Guys, live every day of the year. One show live every day of the year. This guy, I've been here for 3 years. Now we're on year 4. We're on year 4. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Zabrowsk! We need a woohoo! Oh, I almost forgot. Guy, Zabrowsk, woohoo! Woohoo! You can't get a woohoo and not say thank you to Zabrowsk. Zabrowsk, thank you. I'm here. I'm doing a monologue situation. Zabrowsk hits me with a woohoo like that. I think Zabrowsk you want to be in the movie? I think the Renaissance Man fam, the community would love to be, like, if you were a part of the community movie, every once in a while you just throw out a woohoo. Because there's going to be somebody calling in. They dropped their eggs.
They don't know what to do. They're in a real bad mood now. They need a Zabrowski moment. Lift them up, Zabrowski. Give them a woohoo. They drop their eggs. Very, very upsetting moment. You have to help someone with that anxiety. That's what we do here when we're on the air, 102.7. You know, this is Peter Bishop's actually 9th time on the air, helping crisis situation. Look, at the end of the day, when you've got a doctorate, you know, and you're just doing it, you help when you can, you know. Plus, I made a killing on BB Poo Poo and PP Poo Poo. So I'm just kind of giving back at this point. So we'll be taking our phone calls here in a minute. You should head over to the YouTuber, because we're live on right here on the air, 102.7 Modern Rock, but we're also live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on maybe on Facebook. We are Zucker-chooched on Facebook, so nobody will see us on Facebook. But we are live nonetheless. If you head to YouTube or Rumble, you will find us live. This green screen actually has a meaning. It's not just a green screen. We are actually here, Seattle situation, in studio and doing it, you know? See, the interesting thing is the TikTok fam actually gets to see my other side. Like, I'm that commercial I showed you guys a few weeks ago where the guy gets up during his office meeting and he's like, oh, my son's breaking into the room. Hold on, I'm sorry, let me lock the door. And he turns, he's wearing a suit, and from here up, he's got that suit. From there down, he's wearing shorts. I'm in my freaking pajamas tonight. I did 2 hours earlier today already. We did it. Show's over. 1,100 days, I already did it. But we're not done. We're about to create a freaking film. We're creating my 5th feature film right now. This is how it's going to work, guys. There's always some shenanigans when we do these things, when we take phone calls. So very simply, if you play the game and you're a part of the show and you ask questions and we let this thing go, you're going to be a part of the movie. If you're a crackerjack, you'll just be edited out. And then when the movie comes out, you could just be like, oh, I almost got in, but I was a piece of garbage. So it's up to you and how you handle it. We are a positivity platform. So if you bring something silly and funny to the mix, you know, like I said, you dropped your eggs or you have a flat tire and you could really use some help. Whatever stupid situation we can roll with, you could be in the movie if the improv becomes funny. So keep that in mind. And, you know, that being said, whatever happens, this is an improvisation show. So I'm going to improvise off of whatever happens. Just keep that in mind. And at the end, the best stuff stays in for the movie. And that's typically anything positive. I'm not going to put anything negative into this crisis movie. This is a community movie. This is a pretty cool idea. And yesterday we're sitting on here and Karen Sanchez said this. She goes, Mark, you should do a radio call-in type of thing where you got the studio and you're taking calls and it's a community. You can improvise off of whatever we say. And that was what the start was. But then I realized how much cooler would it be if it was like a crisis call-in, and like you're calling in, but the crisis could be such stupid stuff. Oh, I chipped a nail. Listen, you got to go to CVS immediately and rectify that. You could get a really terrible virus. I heard the Civid can actually find its way underneath a chipped nail. Look, I'm sorry to scare you. Not trying to fearmonger you or anything, but like, when you know something, you want to share it with your fam and friends. You don't want them to be in the dark. And they're out there, they're getting the Civid 9 by not getting a little bit of a, transparent, translucent cover on top of that nail situation while it grows back in. You're welcome, Peter Bishop. When you get Peter Bishop, some people don't know how to, handle that. Crypto guru. When you're doing it. Anyway, what we're going to do at this point, fam and friends, is we are going to open up the phone lines. It looks like we have a very swathy day here in downtown Seattle. And look, I've been inside the studio all day. I got the friggin' AC on midwinter. Yeah, I don't even go out there. This is like cooled to 70 degrees. That's what I do. It has to be at 70 degrees if I won't even walk into the studio, Peter Bishop style. I won't come into this studio if they don't get it set up first with my 70-degree situation. That's right. No, Juliet, I don't think so. I don't think you could do anything for me right now except maybe don't talk to me while I'm in the middle of a broadcast, Oh, Juliet. They had that great song, Romeo and Juliet. She was not in it. No. Ah, man. I'm doing a show, Peter Bishop, in it. Telling you guys all about the crisis situation and how I can help you through it. I'm helping you through it. You fell into a ditch. Get a freaking rope. Get out of that thing. Unless it's one of those, like, you're down at the bottom and you're like, it puts the lotion on the skin. It like does what it's told. That situation, you don't want to, you're not going to get into it when you're getting down Silence of the Lambs situation. I'm just saying, that's a bad place to be. You do say you can't call me a Silence of the Lambs situation. I'm not going there and saving you, okay? That dude's scary. He wears his dongaroo underneath. He hides it. He walks around. Look at me, I'm beautiful. Are you? Ooh, I'm not really sure about that. It puts the lotion on what? Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm good. You're down in a hole. Like I wrote a song called Down in a Hole, not like the Alice in Chains version, but you're doing a down in the hole situation. This creeper over here hiding his dongaroo. You're sitting, help me, please. You got a friggin' rope. All right? That's how Peter Bishop helped you that day when you were stuck down there. I'm not sure if you made it out. Yeah. Bones potentially at the bottom of that pit. Anyway, look, I did what I could in that crisis situation. Peter Bishop style. Sometimes you're Peter Bishoped and they're like, Rook takes the castle. I'm like, no, I got a friggin' bishop here. Bangaroo. You took, the Rook and the castle, a double-decker situation. I did like a double, hop, like we were playing checkers when we were playing chess. I did a double-decker situation. Rook, castle, bishop. Peter Bishop. That's what happens here when we're doing it 102.7 style. We're going to take some calls here. Renaissance Man, we're doing it. This is the 9th broadcast here. Peter Bishop. I'm sitting in currently for the Renaissance Man, who's currently, actually, if you can believe this, taking a break. That lazy lump, right? Guy won't go out and do another day. Gotta take a break. So Peter Bishop's doing it tonight, all right? I'll be here taking your calls. The phone number on the screen, 203-741-8255. We're doing it. The helpline is now open. This is the crisis center. Look, I'm doing it. We're talking about it. We're getting into it. We're sharing important information about how you can not, go through the crisis that you're going through. Peter Bishop, I was on the phone with a whale. I got that guy to sign $1 million deal. Oh yeah, I'll buy BB Poo Poo. He bought Pee Pee Poo Poo, correct me, I'm sorry. He bought the worst one. I mean, not that it's not worth more, because it's worth more than BB Poo Poo, but the name was much better on a BB Poo Poo situation, You deal with a Pee Pee Poo Poo and you got to hang that on your wall, do a scratch and sniff. That's part of the movie. That's no good. Jeffrey, how are you? It's so good to see you guys. Chris Donaldson. So guys, it is currently 102.7 in the afternoon, 10 to, what time is it actually right now? Juliet, can you give me a correct time? I don't really want to turn around and look at my screens. Not really sure if I know how to do that. I'm going to have to unhook TikTok right now in order to take this phone call. Let's see if this works. We're taking a call from Indiana. I'm Indiana-ing it. I can't see how to shut off. I have to shut off. Someone shut off. End now. Yeah, I'm going to shut that off at least. So now we're at least hooked in so we could take some phone calls. Andrew Golden, what's up, my friend? Bishop and doing it. You know what I'm saying. Sometimes when you're in the middle of it and someone has a problem with you doing it, you got to just give them an elbow in the fotch. Hold on a minute. I was thinking about having a couple of guests come by tonight for the broadcast, so we'll see. I did call them. I left them voicemails, and they were very polite voicemails. I didn't want to push because I know they're very busy individuals. Like, I can't expect, Peter Bishop, I know I'm a big name in the crypto world, but when you call, a Dr. Wayne Doppler, for example, there's no guarantee he's going to show.
There's no guarantee that he's going to take time out of his busy schedule to come down here and give you a little information, over the airwaves. Because if you're not aware, his Doppler 5001 is like an airwave situation. He's doing like weather forecasting for the stars. DiCaprio called him, and he's like, oh, can you make me a Doppler 5001? Doppler was like, no, he does like, I can't do his accent. He's a Russian, but he does this thing and he yelled at him. He yelled at him. It was not nice. It was not nice at all. Let's see. Deb tried to call, it looks like. I'm going to see if I can try to call her back. It looks like we have a call here. Hold on a second. We have a call. Juliet, put her through. Yeah. No, Juliet, you are the worst sound woman I've ever met in my life. Why do we have Juliet?
Call has been forwarded to an automatic voice.
You see that? And you hooked us into a phone number that doesn't even work.
257-980 is not available.
Hi, Deb. This is Peter Bishop with the Renaissance Man Show. We're just trying to get back to you here. Look, we're on the air. I understand you have a crisis, and we're here to solve it for you. So if you get back to me, I'll do my best, and if I'm here, there's a chance that I'm gone, and we have a couple of my friends popping in. As I was trying to say, Deb, just in case you're not aware, we have a potential sighting from a Dr. Wayne Doppler, and also Hammerlin Jamison said if he wasn't, too far into his Jamison, he would swing by for a hello and take a few calls, on his own and talk about crypto, the movie he just did, which I thought was very nice. Like, he did a pretty good job narrating my movie. I killed it. He came along, DiCaprio situation. He did it. He told me, he went out there and explained it to you guys. He let you in on pee poo poo before the rest of the world, so you made some money too. It was a win-win-win-win-win. The way I see it, Peter Bishop situation. But Deb, I just want you to understand that we're doing it, okay? Peter Bishop situation here, Renaissance Man. I'm covering for Mark Pires, he's taking the day off. Can you believe it? I mean, he's taking the day off. He doesn't have what it takes to go one more day. You know what? I told him, look, Peter Bishop will do it for you. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to lay it out on the radio. So we're doing it, Deb. And also, just so you know, there's a potential Dick Facce sighting, which could be interesting because you know how he gets when he has a sip of an espresso and biscotte combo situation. And that could be a very interesting, if Dick Facce takes some phone calls, I want to be like in your shoes, Deb. I want to be in your shoes if Dick Facce sits down in this chair when I go take a break and he does, a little call-in situation, Q&A. Dick Facce, where are you from, Dick? The Bronx, that type of thing. I would love to see if that happens, Deb. But anyway, look, I tried to see if we could chat with you. Juliet's just the worst. She couldn't connect us. And, we're doing it. Oh, no, you're trying to get back in. Let's see if we can click over here and get you out. All right, hold on a minute. Family and the community, hold on one second. The community crisis line. Hello, who may I... Is this Deb?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press...
Deb.
Hey, Mark.
Deb, this is actually Peter Bishop. Mark Pires actually decided to, take the day off, if you can believe it.
Peter.
Yeah, he's taking the day off, if you could believe it. Look, I think he's a little lazy, is what I'm thinking, Deb. I told him the Peter Bishop situation could take place. How are you doing? This is the crisis hotline.
Well, what if I don't have a crisis, but I just want to say hi?
Well, that's fine. Look, everybody has the way that the Peter Bishop radio show goes is really anything could be a crisis if you think about it. And at the end of the day, a crisis could be you ran out of coffee. A crisis could be that you just, have to go put the dog outside and you really don't like doing. That's a crisis right there, Deb.
Okay, well, I had an argument with my mom on Thanksgiving.
Crisis. Hold on. Juliet. Juliet, we have a crisis here. Deb has a situation we're dealing with. Family squabbles. Go ahead. I'm listening now, Deb.
Okay.
Peter Bishop situation. I'm listening.
Dang it. My mom made me mad.
You know those mothers can do that. You know that, right?
And she made me so mad that I had the ugly cry.
Oh, you have an ugly cry, or you had to ugly cry? I missed that. I wasn't sure.
I had the ugly cry. It was really bad, you know.
You know, they've made TV shows about ugly cries
you
before.
Can't breathe, you can't talk.
Let me ask you: Did you tell her that you'd bake her a Christmas pie, make it up to her in Christmas?
No, we couldn't have Christmas.
You know, Deb, that's my move. I'll bake you a friggin' pie.
That's awful.
Peter Bishop situation. You know, look, it's unfortunate we had this conversation, Mom, you know, but at the end of the day, how about I bake you a pie? And then you make her feel bad because you did the pie situation, you know? And then she's like, I didn't make a pie. I didn't make a pie for Deb. Peter Bishop.
I was thinking about taking her some chocolate.
Well, that would work too. It now depends if you want it to be a good outcome or a bad outcome. Do you love your mom? Do you want her to get sick from the chocolate? Or are you hoping that she gets better?
I hope she gets better.
Hey, Peter Bishop just has to ask. I'm not sure. I can't tell, Deb, if you are someone who appreciates your parents or not. Look, we're living in a weird world right now. You know, we do come from our parents, and without them, we don't have a life. But there are people in this world that are mental, you know. So Peter Bishop just has to ask questions, you know.
She was a really crazy mom. And although she's not the same woman I grew up with, it was difficult.
She was in a cult?
Sorry, no, she just did crazy shit.
I was only I know she wasn't in a Charles Manson situation. You know what I'd have to say in this situation, Deb, is you love your mother, so you should tell her, say, Mom, you know what? Sometimes human beings can have an argument and have a different opinion, but if you allow that to take place and understand that I'm your daughter and I love you, and that we're going to work through this, I think we could end with a smile at the end of this conversation. And I think you're going to find a win-win again. A Peter Bishop win.
I know she did the best she could. I get it.
Everybody does, I think. Nah, some people do. Look, at the end of the day, you can't judge people for their actions. You can only judge yourself for your own actions. That's a Peter Bishop, you know, in the moment line.
I know. And that's what I got upset because she upset me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You got upset because she upset you. Look,
she upset me, and it frustrated me. And then when I get mad and frustrated, I cry. And it was an awful, ugly, ugly cry.
I understand when you do like these super
and
loud.
I felt really bad, and I said some mean things. I felt that might have hurt her feelings.
Let me ask you, Deb, this is just kind of like just a reflective moment. Was it one of those like a... Was it one of those, or was it more like a... Was it one of those, or were you dealing with more like a... Like, where were we on the scale of, 1 to 10?
No. It wasn't little sniffles. It was, I can't breathe.
Oh, okay. So you were going with a... Like one of those? Like you broke into it after you couldn't breathe for a little bit? I've been there.
Yes, it was.
Been there.
Horrible.
Yeah. Look, I get it.
Peter Bishop. I was there. Listen, I'm in the middle of the deal of my life. Deb, you got a side note. I know we're doing your crisis here, but I got a side note for you. I'm in the middle of selling BB poo-poo, right? And I got a whale on the line, right, Deb? And I got that thing where it's just like, oh, I don't know what to do here, right? I freaking did it. I got it done. That's just a side note, Peter Bishop.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much. You know, when you're Peter Bishop and when you do it, it's done. And then Timmy actually figures it out. I don't know if you didn't see the tail end. There was an outtake. You may have missed this, Deb, but there was an outtake and Timmy gets it right. He no longer picks up the phone. He actually picked up the phone and he goes, this is Tim from beep, beep, boop, boop. But he at least said his name normally on that call. And so there was another win-win-win situation for Peter Bishop. We're doing it, you know. So, Deb, I appreciate your call, and I know you're going to get there with your mother because I gave you the advice of all advice.
Yeah.
Of advices.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
I know you will. I know you will.
It was just an awful time to have that.
Oh, Deb?
Over the holidays.
Deb, I did get a message here, actually. This is a text message that just came in from Mark Pires, actually. Do you mind if I tell you this message? Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm just reading it here off my phone. Hold on a minute. I don't have my glasses on, Deb, so give me a moment. I'm giving it a look-see. Okay, here we go. Oh, it says, Peter, tell Deb that she's the best and that I appreciate her so much. And when she shows up, I smile. I'm sorry that I decided to take the day off. I'm a lazy lump.
Oh.
That's from Mark. He just said it. He did it.
You know what? I just love Mark.
Well, I think he basically said that in that message too. He loves you.
I love him.
I'm gonna type that in right after this call, Deb. It's tough to do the texting while I talk. I can't do two things at the same time. It's impossible.
Oh.
I'm not a Renaissance man or anything. I'm only Peter Bishop. You know?
Good. No multitasking?
No, not Peter Bishop. Peter Bishop can do one thing and only one thing. I'm either selling a whale or I'm here doing some advice, crisis situation, taking calls. Peter Bishop style. 92.7. I 102.7 on my. I changed
them, okay?
Yeah, I changed companies recently. I'm at 102.7, Deb. Just in case you're on the dial. You're on the FM dial. You're driving around. Deb, we love you here at the program. I got a message here from Mark. He says, love you too, Deb. Have a great evening. Thank you for your call. And you've been Peter Bishoped.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Happy New Year from the Renaissance Man program.
Too.
Take care. When Peter Bishop comes in to take over, and to kind of lay it out, things get done. Note, Juliet, I want 2 sugars in my coffee, not 1. You can't come down, give a Peter Bishop a 1 sugar situation. I got a double sugar situation. I threw it down on the piece of paper I gave you at the beginning of the show. It's kind of unbelievable to me that I do it all. I'm getting it all done. I'm doing it. And you're over there, can't get coffee, double sugar situation? Leave it here on the table when it's done. Give me the double, and I want a sugar in the raw. I'm a Dick Facce fan. That's what he does. When you watch Dick Facce and he's always asking for sugar in the raw, you're like, I got to try that stuff, You do it, and then you're hooked. It's clean. It's better for you. It's all bad for you, but it's better for you. So Peter Bishop's on the sugar in the raw situation and taking, a beat from Dick Facce. So anyway, that was a very nice call from Deb. I'm sorry she's dealing with such a tough situation with her mother right now, but she's going to get through it. I know she will because, I could just tell from her voice that she's strong enough to deal with it and to tell her mother that cry was only a joke. I was trying to do a hyena situation, and I wanted you to play along too, and get some bananas. And together we're going, but it was more of a trying to catch a breath thing, and I've been there, a little kid situation when then you get a little something, you can't get the breath. It's a bad situation to get into. And then when the person that you're dealing with is not being nice, and then it happens to also be your mother,
you're dealing with it, you know. Peter Bishop had that once, but then I did rook to queen, took the, you know, bishop out and took out the queen. You know, when everything in life is a metaphor for you on a chessboard, you do it. What? No, Juliet. You don't have to say a word to me. You just bring the coffee and leave it right here in front of me. Right here. I know. I don't even want to move for it, Juliet. I'm getting kind of sick of all the movement here. I got to go over there. I got to get up and go. I got to go grab a cough, come down, sit back and put it down over here, leave the microphone for 3.2 seconds, grab the coffee and come back. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Fine. Let me get to see my jammers. There we go. Oh, gosh almighty. You know, she can't do it. You know, I'm there. I'm in the middle of it. And that was rude. That was rude to Juliet. You know, we hire her because she's supposed to be the hot shot, you know, straight out of Cornell. I'm really good at running a board. Terrible at running a board. Brings coffee with 1 sugar when I ask for a double sugar in the raw situation. That is pretty good, though. You did a pretty good job there on the coffee, Juliet, I have to say. And I'm not trying to be chauvinistic by saying you made me good coffee, okay? I asked you to bring me a coffee with 2 sugars. You brought me the freaking coffee with 2 sugars. I'm telling you, it tastes good. Deal with it. What are we talking about? Everything is so offensive these days. Look, 102.7 non-offensive radio. We're here talking about the positivity in the world. I'm doing it for the Renaissance Man Show. Mark Pires decides to take a freaking break. Look, I get it. 1,100 days in a row was too much for him. He can't do it. What's that? He did a show earlier today. I thought we had him off his game, and he let the streak die on 1099. So Peter Bishop is here just doing it. I'm not like breaking the streak for Pires. You know? I was in the middle of a very excited moment, believing that I was the breaker of the Renaissance Man streak, and I became the new Renaissance Man tonight, Peter Bishop. And now you're telling me he did a show already today? No, I don't tune in because I'm in the middle of my day. I was working when he was on the air today. You want Peter Bishop tune in Renaissance Man? I was selling pee-pee poo-poo today. You know I can't sell pee-pee poo-poo at, 11 o'clock at night. So we do it midday, pee-pee poo-poo situation. Coming out here, at night we're doing radio at dark. We're, into the night we're doing radio, taking your calls, we're helping through the friggin' crisis. You gotta get through the little crisis, or big one you're going through. I don't have any more toothpicks. What? Yeah, you can't find a Q-tip. What? Either? Yeah, gotta go back down to the store and get some Q-tips, get the doors, get them open up and get yourself some Tropicana orange juice, yeah. It's a song we're working on here for the Peter Bishop program. I'm taking over. It's, I did such a good job on the crypto, Wolf of Crypto situation that they were like, we're going to fire Mark and give it to Peter Bishop. I think it's actually not a bad idea to give Mark that break, and I'll just take over, just be like, all right, Mark, you do you. But then he did a show already today. It's not right. He does a show already. I think I got away. Throw him a fastball. Nolan Ryan. Yeah, he's not hitting that one. I mean, he did a show already. Cricket. He brings out a bigger bat. He bunts it down the third baseline. He just trots down. He's in first. He got a single. Peter Bishop. I got Peter Bishop that time by Mark. He's sitting at home laughing at me right now. He's like, freaking Peter's there doing a late nighter, with Juliet, bumbling Juliet. When you're dealing with Juliet and she can't do it. I went to Cornell. How did you get in? What? Full house situation? Ooh, Lori, whatever her name was. I get what you did over there, my mom said that I was a really good javelin thrower. How'd you do at javelin, really? Not, you were the worst? Okay. Well, they lettered me. You got a letter? Yeah, from my mom's friend who forged something when I got in. You did? Good for you. How'd you do? How's everything going? Everybody else had to work hard. How do you feel about that, Juliet? You're still here, not on merit. You're here based on your mother being, Lori Loughlin situation. She's there taking a little break, 9-10 days in jail. You're here, the worst sound engineer I've ever met in my life. I'm a VP of the station. Whatever you are, you're terrible. In this moment, I think I would take Randy Telefriffrin over Juliet. Juliet, can you do me a favor and call Randy Telefriffrin in? No, I don't have his number. I'm asking you to call him, and I know he does all of Mark's footage. I want to have him on the program. I think I'd be more satisfied with him over the way that you're handling it. The only thing you've done right so far is bring me the coffee exactly the way I asked for it, and it's just part of the program. The program's listed that these are the things that need to be done for Peter Bishop. You just happen to have taken over the job because of your mother. You did the college situation. I made it in. You did? How are your real grades? Ooh, 1.8. Okay. How'd you do at Cornell? 4.0? Oh, yeah, Lori Loughlin. Forgot, my bad. Look, when your mother's doing it for you, you got in. You did it. You got the job here, 102.7. Modern Rock. No longer. This is the Peter Bishop show. I told him, I said, change that friggin' backdrop. I don't want to see the Modern Rock. I want to see 102.7, the Peter Bishop show. This is the program for Peter Bishop. I'm here. I've got to let it out after my day of selling pee-pee poo-poo. Making billions. I'm on the short list for the T list, trillions. I'll be there. When you're snaking it all from the whales, you got like Elon Musk on the line, and he's like, yeah, I'll buy. I'll buy your pee-pee poo-poo. It's pee-pee poo-poo to the moon. He says that we go to the moon. Look, when you have an audio clip of Elon Musk saying that BB Poo-Poo is going to the moon. Gold. Yeah. So the phone line is open. The crisis hotline is open. We are dealing with it. In fact, I got to send myself this because there is an the thing I had in the... Hold on a minute. Peter Bishop doing it. We're sending this off to ourselves so we can put this program into Top Gear. Yeah, not Top Gear the show when you're talking about a car situation. No, we're talking about a Top Gear crisis call center situation here on our Renaissance Man show. Again, I'm taking over for Mark Pires, who decided to be a lazy lump this evening and take a break. I'm like, I get it. You've only been live for 1,100 days. Whatever. Can't do a double show on the 1,100 day. Before I thought he didn't do a show, and I'm like, good, I broke the streak. But at least now I'm like, you can't do a second show? You can't do a second show? 1,100 days in a row? We're there. Elon, in fact, did say, S-Coop asked what Elon said. Elon said that, I think actually it may have been Zuckerchooch who said that pee-pee poo-poo was meta. And that was a big deal for me because I used that a lot to sell the whales. And, the best one I think there was, though, is when I got the call or I found out that Timmy was getting close to me, right? I'm like, how is Timmy getting close to me? I'll tell you why. He does this, hey, Timmy, beep, beep, boop, boop. He does it to a T. Like, he's really good at it. And so when he did that, everybody's like, I feel bad for this guy. I think there's something wrong with him. He got a lot of the, sympathy. I think there's something wrong with this guy situation. So when I found out the last thing that was really going on is he's calling all, the people in the blue states. And his last name is Biden. I didn't know, Timmy Biden. So I was like, holy cow, Timmy Biden calling the blue states. He's calling, hi, Timmy Biden. They're like, we love this guy. We love your dad. He's amazing. He does everything right. And he's like super with it. And we're really excited to have him as president because we know that he's always like right on top of things. And he talks off the cuff all the time. He speaks from the heart. He speaks from the heart to the people. And that's what I love most about Biden. And so that's what they'll say is like when they call him, Timmy calls. So I had this idea of like, well, maybe what we need to do is, you know, wait a second. What am I saving here? No, I have to save this as. So Timmy, he's getting all the sales being a Biden and just like his, you know, Biden's real son. And, you know, and so basically Timmy's doing it. Timmy's killing it. And he's the worst salesman on the floor. Everybody else is doing a great job. He's just, I can't even stand it that I have to sit so close to him. But I do. I sit close to him. I'm doing it, you know. Where is this? Let's see. We're popping a few things on the screen here. Let's see. When Peter Bishop came in today, I expected all this to be done. I got Juliet over there, can't make a coffee correctly. She can't do my graphics properly. I'm in the middle of a program trying to get it done. Trying to make some magic happen. You know? Why is it looking like that? That's not right. That's not right. I mean, I'm literally looking at it like this. Why is it coming through like that? What is going on? All right, we tried to do something else, literally. This is easy to do. Hold on, no, I'm not. Peter Bishop's got to open up Photoshop now. You know, Juliet, I gave you directions on how to Photoshop and retouch and fix things. Make thumbnails, and you can't, like, get involved? I think Andrew may have a question here I'm going to look at. Andrew, you can call if you'd like. The phone number is on the screen. Peter Bishop taking calls here for the Renaissance Man who's a lazy lump tonight. You know, I would have done 1,100 days in a row, but nobody asked me. Nobody said, hey, Peter Bishop, go 1,100 days in a row. We'll pay you handsomely. And, you know, you're there. We'll feed you. We'll bring you 4-course meals, you know. I would have done it. But nobody asked me to do that, you know. They asked Mark to do that. What's that, Joe? He doesn't get paid at all? What? Who would do that? That's just stupid. No, I wouldn't. I did this tonight just as a favor because I thought I was breaking the streak. I would never even do this for free. I'm doing it just tonight, just for free. This is the only night. Every other night, you better freaking pay me up. Pay me some serious cashola. I want some serious cashish. You know, I can't believe you're telling me he doesn't get paid. That's ridiculous to me. It's just completely ridiculous. You know? You don't get paid? Really? What the hell are you doing it for then? What? Try to make the world a little better? No, I would never do that. Peter Bishop? No. I can't even consider that. I'm Peter freaking Bishop. I'm doing it. Deal with it, you know? No, Juliet, I'm taking care of it because you're terrible. You didn't get anything done here for me. I'm trying to figure it out and see if I can get this. It's working to an extent. I don't know. Look, we're going to get it to sort of work, okay? We're giving it a shot. We're doing it. When Peter Bishop does the circus song in the background, Juliet, you're in trouble, okay? I'm in the middle of doing a circus dance because I can't get this done quick enough, so I have to try to do some sort of freaking, you know, like annoying circus music in the background situation. This is still there, you know? Where'd you put it? Juliet. You know, Juliet, I asked you to keep your eye on it for me. There we go. Well done, Juliet. Well done. Thanks for nothing. Literally. No, I know. The coffee is good. You're right. My bad. 102.7 the vibe here. Okay, we're doing it. So I don't want to hear another freaking thing from you. All right, Juliet, I'm in the middle of doing it right now. I've got a little something coming at you. This is a very important little detail that we have to pop on the screen. Okay, just because you need to know that this is a very important moment for our program. We always have to keep these details on the screen to remind people that we're doing it. This is the Crisis Call Center. Let's see where I can put that. Oh, we have a call for the Crisis Call Center. We're doing it right now. Peter Bishop situation.
Call from.
Hi, Tom Martino here.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
This is Peter Bishop Renaissance Man Show. Is this Tom?
This is Victoria.
Victoria.
Yes.
Hi, Victoria. How are you?
Little baby man, Mark Pires. Classic thing.
So they tried to say something that didn't get through. But anyway, I said from the beginning, anything that's good is going to get onto the movie. But if it's not, it's definitely not getting into the movie. Peter Bishop Crisis Call Center doing it. Helpline number on the screen. And Aunt Judy may call. Yeah, stab wound. Not a bad idea if Wage was able to, but he's not feeling up to it, I don't believe. But Peter Bishop has been doing this for 8 weeks now, 9 weeks, I believe. Juliet, how many weeks? Yeah, Juliet doesn't even know. She's like, let me check my files. Unbelievable. Do you want to check the files situation? You are correct about that, though, Juliet. Yeah, this is a good coffee. So, ladies and gentlemen, community, family, this is a very important understanding moment that you just can keep this in mind, okay? There is always going to be a safe space here on the Peter Bishop program. You know, we're here covering for the Renaissance Man. He doesn't have, like compassion. He doesn't care about people. So, I'm doing it. I'm here to give you the advice you need, because he's a lazy lump and he's just like, me. And so we're going to just do it. You know what I mean? We're doing it. At the end of the day, you're going to sometimes do it and sometimes you're not. Can I talk in radio edit? How's that? Is that what we're doing it like this? Look, we're here. Peter Bishop, 102.7, the Crisis Call Center. We're taking the calls and we're trying to figure it out. What is going on in your lives that's so freaking bad, right? We're doing it. So what I am interested in is the fact that we've created four feature films, and now we're doing a fifth. I think we actually have about 30 minutes of this already, 35 minutes of this. And I think that there was some really, really funny stuff there, so I can't wait to go back over it. But these are going to be little things that pop in and out and happen over the next couple of days. We're going to be shooting this. So it's not going to be all filmed in one night. And I think that's the best anyway. I love when we have a few shots at it. Is that what you meant about radio edit, Andrew? Red. Yeah, I think what's interesting is Anna played along. And that's a good thing to do, is play along, because if you can't play along, then you're just not part of the movie, and I don't know what that person was trying to say, but we're not interested in taking those types of calls. We just want to have, family members, community members who want to actually get to the bottom of a crisis. Peter Bishop situation. When you got Peter Bishop and he's here and he's doing it, Peter Bishop, actually, it's his serial, hour. He has to have cereal in the first part of the 12 o'clock hour, or else he gets, kind of edgy. You don't want to see Peter Bishop edgy. I'm just saying it's not a good thing. I think what we're probably going to do right now, just for the next couple of minutes here, I'm going to spin a record here from the studio. We're spinning one. We're doing it. We're quickly taking a call here in Minnesota. Let's see who it is.
Call from
Jeff.
to accept, press 1.
Jeff, you're with Peter Bishop on the Renaissance Man Show. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, buddy. How's it going?
Good.
How can I help you? You got a crisis that we can help you with here on 102.7 The Vibe?
Yeah, I got a crisis of sorts.
Let's talk it out, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I've been through a divorce 2 times now. And, it's one of them things. What do you do to make sure it doesn't happen a 3rd time?
Yeesh. Well, I'll tell you what Peter Bishop did. I got an ironclad, prenup situation going. And when I got into it with my 8th wife, I was like, look, you can't tell Peter Bishop that I'm not walking away with my money. You know what I mean? I already gave most of it to the first 7. You want to be my 8th wife? You sign this friggin' paperwork right here. I put it out there. I made her sign in blood. All right. You can't sign a Peter Bishop contract with pen. We need to have a blood oath situation going. So 8th wife, blood oath, prenup. What I would have to say is this. I have to get some advice. We're having a special walk-in real quick. Hold on. It looks like we have a guest who's popping in. Oh, hey guys, what's up? It's me. I just decided to pop in real quick. What I would say, this is Mark Pires. I just happened to pop in.
Mark.
Yeah, I told Peter Bishop to take a break, I know he's doing it and all, but this is a serious conversation. A double divorce situation needs the Renaissance Man. So I told him, let me do this one.
Good.
All right.
Nice. Thank you.
So my brother, this is how I feel about it. And I think it's tough to give love to 2 people and then now have that much of your trust gone. And now the harder situation is really you, not the person that you're going to find next, because you have to overcome those barriers. So you're going to have to do something that I hope you're willing to do first, when you're probably doing, because it sounds like you're from Canada. Are you from Canada or Minnesota?
Minnesota. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Minnesota. I love Minnesota. So if you are willing to do this, I can guarantee you will be okay and you will be able to make it right. You need to spend time alone. You need to be willing to do this for a while and not go out and get right back into dating and looking for someone, because what the most important thing when you get here is rediscovering self, rediscovering the greatness of you, and understanding that you are so cool, man. I don't know you fully, but every single person that's walking this planet has something amazing within them. And I think we forget it. I heard an amazing thing today. This was another motivational person who said, what if I gave you $1 million right now? Would you be happy with that? And the guy was like, yeah, I'd be so happy. I'd know what I'd do with it. And he goes, well, what if I'd make it 10 million? How about if I gave you 10 million? And the guy was like, oh yeah. He goes, but you couldn't wake up tomorrow. And the guy's like, what? And he's like, so would you take the 10 million? He's like, heck no. He's like, so what you're saying is that your life is worth $10 million. And he goes, yeah. He goes, so why didn't you wake up thinking that every day? And I was just like, wow, what a powerful thought. If you realize your perspective is that you are worth $10 million, brother. Because I wouldn't take $10 million to not wake up. I wouldn't take $100 million to not wake up tomorrow. And so just remember that no matter how much something tears you down, that if you're willing to spend time alone and rediscover the greatness of you, you're going to be ready to get back into a relationship. And I think that maybe next time you'll be able to make it really work because you'll be prepared for it. I'm not sure how the second one went in, but you may have gotten into it too quickly. I'm just guessing. But typically...
Dude, no, yeah, you nailed it, dude. The first time I got divorced, I was in a relationship 4 months later. Yeah. And
yeah,
8 years another divorce, and it's like, okay.
And that's so this time, do me a favor if you can. I mean, I know it's tough because it's an amazingly hard thing when you're alone. There's a song I wrote, and you could find this, I believe. It's called "I Need to Be Alone." But if you listen to it, it will really bring you somewhere. And especially because you're there right now. But the last line is powerful. I need to be alone because I feel like I'm finding myself again. It's one of my favorite lines I've ever written. Because everything else I do now, I come up with in the moment. But one of the lines I wrote, I remember writing it I was 19. And I wrote this down. I said, I need to be alone because I feel like I'm finding myself again. And I was like, man. And it's something that we forget is that we feel like we need people to generate what's important in life, but what's really important in life is that we're born and we spend a predominant amount of our time alone, and we keep ourselves entertained and we smile a lot, and then everything else around us starts to weigh us down. We start to feel more obligation to keep them entertained instead of ourselves entertained. And then eventually we feel like we need those people to keep going. We need to survive on them. But when you learn that you are beautiful, you are amazing, brother, you're going to take on that world and find someone amazing next time. And here's the good thing. You'll be able to really determine if it's the right person for you because you're going to understand you again. It's hard to do that. It's hard to do that when you're kind of still confused and you're just like, she's cute or whatever it is. So allow yourself to rediscover you. And when you do that, you're going to marry the right person.
Dude, that's solid advice. Solid advice. Appreciate it.
And this is because I'm here and Peter's taking his break. I love you, brother. You got this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
You got this. You got this. Now, I do have to get going. I'm taking it off tonight. I'm a lazy lumper. But Peter Bishop's coming back, But I wanted to pop in on this one because this is a real crisis situation here.
Yeah.
And Peter Bishop's I think he's doing okay on the other stuff. I'm not really sure. I'm taking a nap. I'm doing a sleep sofa Joe Biden right now.
Good. Yeah. Yep. Sounds good, man.
I figure I'm coincidentally I'm wearing the same outfit as Peter tonight, same hairdo as well. But sometimes we like to mimic each other. We do that sometimes, doing a little clone situation. Yeah. Well, listen, I really appreciate your call as well, man. So how's everything else going with you? I know that's going on in your life, but how are you doing up there in Minnesota? I know you guys had a pretty big spike over the last couple months, right?
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. But right now it's just the cold. The cold kicking in here. It's going to get 20 below here in a couple days.
No way.
So, it's a matter of hibernating.
It's unbelievable. Does anybody drive electric cars there?
A little bit, not much. I can only imagine what it's like to own one of them things. I don't even know what they do to warm them up or what. I don't know.
I'm just thinking, just to give you perspective, I got this car. I just got it recently. It's an electric because I didn't want to deal with what's happening with the gas prices. And so I went and I got a Ford. It's like they made a Mustang, but it's an electric Mustang. So it's not really a Mustang. It's like this coupe thing or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's really cool. I love the way it looks, but it's become a butt of the joke on a lot of these things. Like it's a first series, we made it safe and effective. And 10 months later, there's all these recalls and all this crazy stuff. But so the car itself is great. But the first couple weeks I was getting 370 to 390 miles on my, charge, because you charge it, it tells you what you have left. It's gone into the 200s. Now when in the winter now, and I actually use the heat, it goes down to 180 when I fill it up. I'm like, I got the extended range. Oh man, it's crazy. Yeah. I'm out for 45 minutes and I dump 3/4. I'm like, hold on. If I got stuck on the parkway here, and I'm sitting there for an hour and a half and I have to use the heat, I'm out of electric. It seems like that, So I'm wondering, you're in Minnesota. I'm at it was 28 degrees today and I was freezing, brother. And so I was like, I put my scarf on and everything. You're below and I had to turn the heat on. And I'm thinking, you get my car there in Minnesota, there's no way that thing's lasting 80 miles. And so I'm just taking a big picture thing. They need to figure this out. If you want to really get combustible engines off the map in the next 15 years, 14 years, 13 years, you better figure that out. You can't have people in Minnesota 20 below in their car. They start their electric car and 15 miles later they're out because they needed to put the heat on. That has to be figured out.
And then imagine if we all had electric cars and we all plugged them in at night, how quick the power grid would shut down. I mean,
that's another good point.
People don't think about that. I mean, these chargers, they're not like 120 volt. They're like
they're 240. Yeah, mine's 240,
yeah,
and
240.
And the good thing is, the one positive thing is you could hook them up to your home, but I think the best alternative would be figuring out how to be independent from energy. Like, I've been watching these crazy videos. I don't know if you've seen them too, but of people making these Tesla coils and getting, that the electric's like a foot off the ground all over the planet, apparently, 100 amp service. And so they just sell it to us, but we could get it for free if we knew how to make a proper, generator. And so my thought is, why aren't we doing that, A? And B, could I set that sucker up to my freaking car? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just it. I mean,
it's a 1-2 question.
Ironic, because Tesla himself figured out free energy not hundreds, but 100 years ago, basically.
Yeah, he was an amazing guy. He was an amazing guy.
He lost his funding from J.P. Morgan, and they shut down that tower he had in Colorado. And they just put it, in a bank vault and locked it away.
Wait, so
the technology's right there right now. I mean, we could have free energy. You could have that device possibly in your car. You'd never have to charge it, possibly. Why not?
That's interesting you say that. There's a guy in, I want to say, somewhere in Africa. Some brilliant young kid. He creates some sort of way for free energy. It's based on the right frequency. And that reminded me very much of what Tesla had to say. And it was a frequency.
Well, you're talking about a generator. Think about how the planet itself is a generator. I mean, we have a North Pole, a South Pole, and it's a spinning mass. And we have this thing called an icon, and we have electricity passing through the core of the planet out to the atmosphere and back down. Like, it's a constant loop of energy.
Oh my goodness! I never realized that. That is insane. Wait a second, you're just blowing my mind because Peter Bishop is still taking a break. I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Peter probably knows this. I didn't know it. So basically, that's why when they say that there's electric 1 foot off the ground, it's because our Earth is spinning, so to speak, and that's generating electricity, just like a windmill would do. Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's right there. It's right around us, man. We're on a generator right now, and that's why it's so funny. We're burning coal to make electricity, or we have a nuclear power plant here and there. And it all comes down to making money at the end of the day. These companies that have the ability to do this research, they're not going to research something that's free energy. Where do you make your profits on free energy, right?
Well, that's the issue.
Research something that they can make profit on, and that's the ultimate downfall of humanity, is that we're driven by greed.
Well, which is why we're exactly where we are in this current crisis. This is the crisis call center, but really we are this should be a call where people can talk about stuff like that too, like really any stuff. Like, I'm dealing with this. I went to do it. I think this is a new concept for the show.
Yeah, dude.
Just like going and doing this every night. Because I feel like there's so much that we could all talk about, but also even just that one moment where you just shared something that I probably should have picked up from someone like Wages, where like the electricity's running and leaving and coming back through is because this Earth is spinning. So that would give total credence to the fact that we are not flat, correct?
Right. No, well, it depends, because I mean.
And I think the term flat should be diagnosed too. Like the term flat is not really the right term, because even when I consider something to be flat, I consider it to be not round. I consider it to be like the landmass stretches, but couldn't we theoretically just be spinning that way and not like, you know what I mean? We're on the surface of it and it's spinning around. So it's still generating the same force that's creating the same electricity. So it's still a question. There's so many weird things. Like, I saw a lot of video. I'll tell you one funny thing. One of my buddies is a super, super scientist. He works for a company that works with the government, and he has to be he has to get twice a year or once a year, the FBI has to like interview his friends. Like, I've had to be interviewed before. And they're like asking me questions. I'm like, yeah, I bowl with my buddy. Like we go out and bowl. Like I'll have a beer with him. Like it's like weird questions, but it's like they have to make sure he's not giving anything secrets out and stuff because he doesn't do that. He won't tell me anything. He never tells me anything. I'm always like, oh, I saw this thing in the sky, or I watched this movie with this thing.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, yeah, I don't know. And he'll say stuff that's very ambiguous, like, it is a really large universe. I'll be like, don't say that. I know, and like
I'm working with 5 different races of aliens. I can't talk about it.
and I'll joke. I'll go back at him and I'll say, you know what? You'd have to be ignorant to think that we're the only thing out there based on how big everything is. And he goes, that's a very bright thing to say. And I'll be like, so you're telling me that there is, right? And he goes, I can't say he'll say, even if I knew, I can't say. He's like, but that's a very intelligent thing to think, common sense to think that we're not all alone in this massive existence. But the other day I saw him, and because our kids are the same age, and he's like, we got to get together because what happened with CV, we stopped bowling together. I haven't seen him in forever. He's like, we got to get together. I said, yeah, let's do that. And I said that to him. I said, look, I just want you to know a lot of the family members on my show have hit me up onto this thing about this. And I've seen some really crazy, sketchy stuff with NASA and everything with the Earth and the shape of the Earth and everything. And he kind of got weird on me. And it's the second time I'm thinking about it now. Not only him, but he works with another guy who's like this super duper genius physics guy. And this guy, I mentioned it to, and he got really weird and kind of was like, okay, yeah, I'll see you later. I was like, it felt weird to me. Like they know something, and that when I brought it up, they kind of were like, oh no, I got to have this conversation. I got to get the disinformation together or whatever it is. Yeah. I don't know. It's just interesting though that.
Yeah. No, there's something going on, dude. Because I've never seen. I'm 33. I've never seen UFOs in my life. But finally, in 2021, it was around Easter last year. We were, it's my ex-wife now at the time, but my ex-wife and her family were having a bonfire behind their house in a small town here in Minnesota. It wasn't completely dark out, because we were in the backyard of this small town. So there were some street lights and whatnot, but it was dark enough to where we saw these clusters of lights flying overhead. And
wow.
It was my ex-wife's brother at the time, little brother. He was only 10. And we were kind of joking about looking at UFOs and talking about ghost stories around the fire and whatnot. And I'm like, well, I was joking, but I'm like, well, it's a clear night. We'll look up. Maybe we'll see something,
That's amazing.
Sure as shit, he saw it first, and I seen it. We were both like blown away. And my ex-wife and her sisters didn't believe us. They were like, oh yeah, you guys saw something, whatever. But dude, this kept happening every 5 to 10 minutes. And Andrew Golden's in the chat room, and I called Andrew Golden. He's a buddy of mine. He also lives in Minnesota.
Oh, that's awesome.
He kind of lives nearby, and I'm like, can you see this shit too? And he couldn't see it, so we knew these balls of light were low, and they were all going the same direction. They were kind of going northeast, and it was the coolest thing. It went on for like 2 hours.
That's amazing.
And it was amazing, and it kind of changed my perspective on things drastically because, like I said, I've never seen UFOs. I've been open to the idea of it, but to see all that activity going on over this small town, it didn't make any sense. We don't have any big military bases. We don't have all these, whatever going on. It's not like we got Area 51 in Minnesota. So I doubt, it might have been some type of military tech, but the way these balls of light were flying so close together, either they weren't exactly physical or they were somehow protected by some type of anti-gravity force that would keep them from actually colliding. Because like I said, they were very close together, and the way they flew, it was almost like they were fish swimming. But they didn't fly in a straight line. They were constantly left, right, up, down. And they were tight. It was like a tight formation. And like I said, dude, it was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I think that's the most underrated thing is the alien variable, like as far as humanity's history, our origin, why the world is a mess. For all we know, planet Earth is like a big melting pot. And maybe Asians live on a different planet in a different galaxy. Maybe black people come from a different planet. And there's a war going on, for all we know, in the galaxy. And they're like, how are we going to figure out how to get along? And we're like, well, what if we put blacks, Asians, whites, all on the same planet and just let them duke it out or figure it out?
Well,
maybe that's what we're doing right now.
It's interesting you say that, but there's another similar concept. I don't know if you heard this the other day, but I heard this from, and I didn't hear it directly from this lady, but it was some show, and she was a nurse in the 50s, 40s, whenever it was, when it was one of the crashes, okay, from an alien craft, and the only person that this lady would speak to was this nurse. She's like, for 6 weeks she spoke to this nurse, or the alien spoke to this nurse. I'm trying to see if I can find something to put on the screen for us right now. And so she gets the call, hey, you're the only person that this creature will speak to. Come on down. You have to ask it every question possible. So what happens after a little while? Hold on. I think I got something here. After a little while, she finds out a couple of things. The lady says to her that Earth is actually a prison planet. And that we're here, we're stuck here, all of us, because basically every single one of us did something wrong in outside planet. Like we're part of some collective, okay? And as part of that collective, we need to follow a certain set of rules. And when you go outside of that collective, you get booted and sent to Earth. And when I heard that, I was like, holy cow, I'd totally be that guy. I'm running a positivity platform against the agenda, the narrative of the collective, you know? And so, you know, so I was like, this is totally me.
I know.
Oh, brother. So I thought to myself, okay, so if that's true, this is a couple other things she said. If at the end of this all, we see this bright white light, right? That's what everybody's always talking about, this bright white light at the very end. Right. And everybody goes to the bright white light and they're going to heaven. This lady says it's not that. What it is, or not the lady. I keep saying lady, but I'm focused on this for some reason. Sorry. No,
you're good.
So there we go. I put alien the show up. So the alien says that we are stuck here. We can't get away ever. That we're over 500 billion years old, each and every one of us. We've been here for over 500 billion years. We've lived so many different lives. We don't remember. We keep coming back. But because the reason we don't remember is because we're stuck here on planet Earth, in a prison planet. We're in these bodies. Every time we come to the end of this existence, we go to that white light. When we get to it, it's really a electric shock, like 3 billion volts, and it wipes away your entire memory of the life you just lived, plus everything you ever remembered in the history of your existence. You come back to this planet again as a baby, and you live it over again, and you think you're just this, I'm one in a million, and I got to go and follow X or Z in order to get to some higher plane. There is no higher plane. We relive it over and over. It's like that movie that Tom Cruise did, except we get to live to, you know, whatever life there is, and you come back at the beginning, not like randomly in the middle.
Right.
It was Day After Tomorrow. It's like a Groundhog Day.
Good movie. Yep.
And when I heard it, I was like, you know what? I could see that being a really cool movie, but like that could be real. We're seeing aliens and spacecrafts everywhere, and the disclosure situation from the government's finally starting to talk about it and say it out loud that there is something they don't understand, they can't explain. I would believe it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, is that there may be other land beyond what we're told. And over there's access. I actually wrote a song called Down in Hollow Earth. I may spin it here in a few minutes when Peter Bishop comes back. But it's called Down in Hollow Earth. And I watched a 1-minute TikTok. And in that TikTok, they talked about how the entrance to Hollow Earth was in Antarctica between two mountains into this I guess like a cave or whatever. I wrote a song based on all that information. I just watched it 3 hours earlier. I wrote a 7-minute really cool song called Down in Hollow Earth. And it's crazy how much detail was put into that song. But realistically, that could be very true. You go to Antarctica where nobody's allowed to go. There's certain areas you can't go. There's an access to somewhere below or maybe somewhere beyond, you know? And we're just not allowed to get there because, look, let's be honest. We are told what they want us to know. It's always been that way. And if anybody ever gets close enough to them, what do? And this is why I got to be afraid. Like, they just disappear. You know what I mean? It's a scary thing. These people they're not afraid to wipe anybody that's in their way out of the way. And that's scary. You know, we just want to be We just want to actually, it's funny. I just want to know the truth, and I want to be able to say like, okay, I was right. That's it. I don't want to like any more than that, but they won't even give you that. You know what I mean? That's the world we're living in.
This is a prison planet, right?
Could be.
What would be required for us to get off of it? You know what I mean?
I don't think there is any way off once you get here. Is what this alien says. Like once you're here, you're here. Now the question is when we see like ghosts or whatever, we see some weird thing. Is it some spirit that realizes this and says, "I'm not going back to that light," and that's why they're still here? Right. Is because they're not going back to that, flipping back into a new body. They're like, I'd rather be in ghost form than be electrocuted back into some body and then think that I'm back. That look, I'm going to heaven. No, you're not going to heaven. You're coming back again and again and again and again. Because guess what? You are an energy source, and you live forever. And that's crazy. And then I kind of start drawing parallels. I'm like, okay, I never studied philosophy. I never went to school for music. I wrote 156 songs last year, live in the moment here. I invented the first drum for music for singer-songwriters. I never went to school for music. I don't know anything about the guitar. I know how to play with major chords. Everything else I play, I just hear it in my head and I find it. My lead guitar stuff, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just hear stuff, and now I know enough where all those sounds are on the guitar. That's what it is. I have no idea what the notes are. People, I used to be the joke when I'd play with musicians. They'd be like, "Hey, what key are you in that song you just wrote, Mark?" I'd be like, "I don't know. There's a B in it." Like I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
The same way. I learned piano lessons when I was a kid, and I would pretend to read the sheet music, but I would always ask my piano teacher, I'm like, "Can you play the song for me first?" And then I would just listen, and then I was able to play it by ear. And for like 3 years, I fooled her into thinking I was learning how to read music, and she thought I was progressing and learning the chords. In reality, I was just mimicking what she was playing. And then, going home, I was able to play by ear too. But yeah, I got to get back into that myself. I mean, you're kind of an inspiration for that. That's good.
Well, I appreciate that, brother.
I appreciate what you're doing. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for the call. I'm going to get back to my rest and let Peter Bishop take over. But I appreciate your call, and I hope that helped in whatever I was able to add, and hope to see you in the chat as well.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Thanks, brother. Be good, okay? Have a great night.
Yeah. You too.
All right, take care. All right, bye-bye. Guys, that was an awesome call. All right, I'm going to pop something on real quick. I need to grab a snackaroo. How about I pop on a piece of music for you? If I can find a piece of music. Album 8. How about that? Gonna fight back forever. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Why am I not seeing what I need to see though for it? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. That's why. All right, let's put this back in. All right, this is interesting because we write this about society. Check it out. Oops. It's not working. Again, we're not having luck with that. All right, let's try something else here. We're going to just put on a video from the tuber. Do I not have it open? All right, here we go. This right here is a little something called... Give me something. You want to put that down in the whole song or something? Let me find something decent here. Well, I got a good one. We Are the Sun.
I made it through the wilderness. Somehow
All right, lady. So this right here is a song called We Are the Sun from Mark Pires, recorded in 2021. Peter Bishop situation.
Hi, I'm Nicole Hockley from Sandy Hook Promise.
I know.
I know this is hard to hear, but it's...
is easy to know, easy to feel when you let the world's problems slip away. Sitting all alone, sitting alone under the sunlight, feeling all that pure light on your face. We are the sun, we are the sun. To be sitting in the sun, feeling all of that beautiful pure light on your face. Place all that negativity, yeah, you got it all inside you. It's a drain you, it's holding on to your core. You got to let it go. You cannot let it take your soul. No, you cannot let it be a part of you. You need to detach it from your everyday. Show up and we'll help you with that. Yeah, we'll help you with that. We are the sun. When it's dark outside, we'll be the light. Like a scorching earth of darkness, and we'll extinguish their hatred, their fear-based propaganda, slowing us down no longer. No, they can't stop what we got here. It's about to blow out of this atmosphere. Yeah, 'cause we are the sun. Yeah, we are the sun. We are the sun. Yeah. Dark outside, it will be the light. Fire back, yeah. So let fire back, yeah. We are the sun, we are the sun, yeah, yeah. We are the sun. We are the sun. We are the sun. It's dark outside.
Peter Bishop back in the studio. We're taking back the reins here. That was a little Mark Pires exclusive from 2021. We're doing it here. We're doing it all night long, Lionel Richie style. And that was an original piece of music written live right here last year on the Renaissance Man show. I was not here that evening, Peter Bishop. I was working on my game for the BB Poo Poo situation at the time. If you haven't seen my feature film, The Wolf of Crypto, I'm doing it, you know? I basically reamed $1,650,000 out of people. I had all of it. They're like, I want my money back. Sorry, you got it in your wallet, the BB Poo Poo. And pee pee poo poo. I got a couple of rolls out of it. Yeah. Anyway, I want to say hi to each and every one of you, fam and friends. This has been a very fun episode. And by the way, this is going to be a movie. I am in the middle of chowing down on my cereal. So I'm going to finish this bowl of cereal. We're going to play one more piece of music. And released a day before We Are the Sun. I believe it was the day before or the day after. Let's see. No. You know what? I'm going to put this on. This will give me a minute to get my food. This only has 47 views. Are you freaking kidding me? I laugh when I see that. Watch this, guys. This right here, 47 views on the planet. Watch this. Check this out. This is a little mix. The fact that I even thought about stopping for a second, someone slapped me. You can't. Milkshaking it. Woo! You kidding me? I got milkshake night. I'll tell you what. That's the best milkshake I had in a long time right there, fam friends. We're about to get into it. You guys ready for it? I don't know what we're doing yet. I'm grabbing that freaking guitar. What do you got tonight? You got something for me? You want to play games? I'll tell you what. You don't get fresh tonight, okay? You get fresh? No, I'm sorry. No, you're not. No, there's no way. No, I'm taking you down. You think you... No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Really? Okay, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, all right. You think that you could best me? All right, we'll see. I'm going to pull some freaking tones out of you. You have no idea, all right? You're going to be like, I don't feel like making those noises. Oh, yeah? I'm going to make you make those freaking noises, all right? It's like you think that you could stop me? We'll see about that, Les Paul. I think that's the second argument we've had. You know, usually we're on the same page, you know? But tonight, he's getting fresh on me. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I do appreciate you. Don't get me wrong, but don't get fresh. Fresh Paul. Sometimes I have to call him Fresh Paul. Like, look, you know what, Les? I'll call you Fresh. Don't mess with me, Fresh Paul. And then he's like, I know, I'm sorry, Mark. I was only joking. That's what he sort of sounds like, by the way. Not sure if you knew what Fresh Paul sounds like. That's it. I think we need a fire tonight. Like, I'm not sure if Keith is here. We're going to have a fire. We're going to burn some leeches tonight. And we're going to put them on Julie's freaking camper. See how she appreciates that when she opens up her stupid, hat tent? She wears the hat tent. Oh, you didn't bring an actual tent? No, I brought a hat tent. What the frig is that doing? Well, if it rains, I'll be okay. Yeah, but your body gets wet. Yeah, but my head won't get wet. Julie, you thought that one out. Were you hoping to get into Derek's pants over there? Like into his camper situation? And he's just kind of trying, leeching it out, and you're just still wanting more leeches. Poor guy's got 374 leeches in his camping knapsack. He's in there with him doing a freaking Joe Rogan Fear Factor. And you're still sitting over there with your dumb tent situation. Yeah. What we're gonna do here though is we're gonna get ourselves a backdrop here, and it's gonna be a really cool campground situation where we can go and get some leeches.
But it's not for the reasons you think.
Because that other one there, we're not getting leeches there. You know, we're just getting a bonfire. And that's cool, I guess, if you want to, like, burn your guitar in effigy, just be like, yeah, and you do that, one of those situations, you know, you're there doing like a you know, Jimi Hendrix, where you're like, and you put the guitar in the flames like such, and you go like this, I give thee to the flames of rock, and you watch it burn like this. I'm watching it burn. Hold on. Give me a minute here. This is the best part. You're going to be like, wow, it really is burning. Don't burn your guitar, Mark. Hold on a minute. Yeah, look at that. Burning the hell out of that guitar. I don't care. I'm going to put some extra friggin' char on the back. You don't mind. Look, you don't understand. When you char the back of your Les Paul, of your Fresh Paul, that thing sounds better. You get an extra tone out of it by charring the back so it doesn't have any air protrusion, you know, like you don't want to have any follicles, you know, slash pores, slash, you know, like cracks for the sound to get through. So right now we're close right now. As soon as it starts to melt, like the whole structure of the guitar like begins to melt on the outsides, then we're good. Hold on. Just give me another 30 seconds here. And you're going to see it. Like right where my volume controls are, those become like liquid. We're almost there. Hold on. I'm just looking for a liquid situation, and then I'll pull it away and I'll put my hands all over it too. It's okay. It will be dry before you know it. My hands will be stuck to the guitar forever. I like the guitar though, so it's okay. It'll become part of me. Yeah, how about a guy who's a guitar, and he walks into the store to buy milk, and he's like, could I have that one? He hits the guy with the Les Paul guitar. Sorry, this isn't part of me now. I got a Les Paul situation going on because I went to a campfire. Look, see, we're almost there. You see it? Do you guys see the liquid? It's turning to liquid right there. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. Oh my goodness, it's too hot! Oh, my hand is stuck to the Les Paul. I can't get it off. I'm gonna get some milk. Oh my goodness, guys. Of course, I'll do anything and try anything to get you away from the negativity for a few minutes. That's the difference between Mark Pires, Renaissance Man, and Peter Bishop. I'm trying to bring you the negativity. I'm here to explain to you that life is negativity. Let's capitalize on it. Look, pee-pee poo-poo, let me just give you a little sales pitch. I don't want you to be like missing out on the next, you know, we're doing like it's going to be like a position A, position B, you come around, catalyst situation, you know, together we're doing it in tandem. We take it through by the horns, going up, right? We're money line, dumping it, right? We rug pull it last second. We're good. Everybody else gets screwed. It's a good idea, right? We're doing it. Partially, that's what got me disbarred in the first place from the SEC. Peter Bishop. That's why I'm selling crap stocks at that third-rate company. But I'm the number one, salesman in the company. Number one in the club. It's because I do the DiCaprio situation. Everybody's like, how do you do it, Peter Bishop? Easy. Let me just give you an example. I'm kind of, I forgot I had one more phone call to make this evening before I came here to the studio to do my radio program, the crisis hotline situation. And, it just became difficult for me to get it all done, But I do have a phone call I need to make. Let me just get on it real quick over here and see if we can get to the bottom of this. You're bringing it up. I'm listening. I'm here. Peter Bishop, doing my thing, Dimitri. Peter Bishop, pee-pee poo-poo, how are you? Oh, is it too late in Greece? I'm sorry. I don't want to wake you up if you're in the middle of a slumber. Oh, good. No, I'm here. I'm doing it. right now. I'm on the air, actually, so I took some time out of my schedule to give you a call, Dimitri, tell you a little bit about pee-pee poo-poo. No, not what you go to the bathroom. Different situation. This is the crypto of all cryptos. You're going to want it, okay? You could fill your shelves with it at the store. I know you have I think you have how many department stores now? Yeah, 18. Put them all, pee-pee poo-poo everywhere. No, they're not going to run. They're going to come. They're going to be excited. They're going to want to get more product from you because you have pee-pee poo-poo everywhere. And they're just like, yay, I love it. I knew you'd come around. I knew you'd come around. Look, Dimitri, I'm on the air right now. This shouldn't take as long as it's taken. How many shares of pee-pee poo-poo are you looking for? But no, I'm not trying to strong arm you. I got Tony over here. He's telling me that they're running out. He's got a client, a big whale. He's going to buy them all. You're not going to be out. You're not going to be able to buy any. Be like, oh, I almost bought pee-pee poo-poo, but there was a whale on the other line. And while I was going, that guy bought it all. And then I was there left with Lurch. You were there as Lurch. Remember from the Addams Family? That was you. And you were there, Lurch. You're friggin' Lurch. Yeah, that's right. You know, look, I'm sorry to tell you that you're doing a lurchy-lurchy you know what I mean, situation. But I'm here. I'm in the middle of a program right now, okay? And if you can't deliver, then, I don't know, call Juliet. She's terrible, but I'm getting back to this over here, okay? Look, Dimitri, I gave you a shot at pee-pee poo-poo. Juliet says that there's a commercial break coming up. I gotta get going. I gotta do this. There's an ad for AMCO, AAMCO. I gotta get it done. If I don't do it, then nobody's gonna buy mufflers from AMCO, and then they won't get their $5 savings for the Peter Bishop discount. You know, so I gotta do it. So can you? Maybe I'll call you. I'll check tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure that this guy's buying all of it. Anyway, look, Dimitri, I got to go. AMCO's calling. Wait, what? Are we really? 1.5 million? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, Dimitri, hold on 1 second. Joanne, write it. Dimitri, yeah, my 24-hour-a-day assistant Joanne is here, and she's writing it. We're good. We got it. Joanne, did we get it? We got it. Joanne said we got it. Yeah, no, I was just making sure. I always say we got it because I know she's got it, but she said we got it. Look, most people think that Joanne only opens the filing drawer and she only files the Zabrowski file, but she also gets it, you know? And when that happens and you're here and you need a deal to get in, a $1.5 million deal, mind you. Okay, this isn't like I got a Starburst from the store. We're talking about a $1.5 million BB poo-poo deal. Right? I get my commish. Cha-ching. You got your BB poo-poo, pee-pee poo-poo. No, BB poo-poo is so like last week. We're now into like pee-pee poo-poo is the only thing we're talking about here, okay? Dimitri, listen. Pee-pee poo-poo. Everybody's doing it, Dimitri. If you don't do it, pee-pee poo-poo, and everybody else buys it, how can you live with yourself? Yet, no, hold on. I'm just trying to keep it down here because Timmy's like number 2 in sales right now. I can't have him come back. Dimitri, this is the real deal. Yeah, exactly. When they went thermonuclear, same thing. We're doing it. You're in? Yeah, Joanne's already got it through. I just want to make sure. That you're in before she puts that 1.5 mil in. You know how big my commission is on that, guys? What's that, Dimitri? Yeah, no. I didn't make that much. Just a little bit. Goodness. Dimitri, this is almost too easy. Look, I'm sorry. I have to tell you. You've been conned. Yeah, you got Leonardo DiCaprio'd. Yeah. No, that's the name of the game here at Pee-Pee Poo-Poo. We take it all from you, right? And then right there in the moment we tell you. So then you could cry on the phone. I experienced it in the first, time round. I had Joellen on. She starts bawling because she wanted her money back, And at first I felt bad, but then I got kind of like a rush out of it. I'm like, yay, I got all the money, BB-peepees. And then when I took it all and she's there crying, I said, I got to make a thing out of this. So look, let's just get into it now, okay? I took your 1.5 mil. I got like a 1.4 mil of that. There's 100K goes to my company. And I'm good, I'm going to buy another Rolls. That's my triple Rolls situation we're working out now. I've got a blue one, a red one, and I'm thinking about going with a green one. So we could hit all the shades when I'm just feeling like green today, I'm just going to drive around the green Rolls. That's on you, Dimitri. Thank you. I appreciate that. 1.5 mil. Salesman of the month. Again. What? A job? Really? Why would you give me a job? You wouldn't want to give me a job. I just conned you out of $1.5 million. You're not going to give me a job. I just con you. You think you're going to con me back? You can't con me from the con situation. I did the conning to you first. I'm Peter Bishop. I'm going to give you a job, Peter Bishop. I'm here, third-rate company, pee-pee-poo-poo. We're doing it. I'm leading you down the path. The water. Oh, look, here's the water. You're like, oh, good, I brought my bucket. And then I walk away. You turn, the water dries up. You're like, where'd the water go? It was a mirage. I'm sorry. Yeah, you were miraged. You were thinking to yourself that maybe you found the lake of all lakes here in the middle of the desert. And look at me, I'm the lucky guy. No, you got miraged. You got Peter Bishoped, really. Look, Bishop takes queen. Yeah, that's right. Well, I think we've had it, is what I'd have to say, Dimitri. We did it. I hear you whimpering on through the phone here, and I can't help you, okay? That whimpering is just too much for me. Juliet, can you do me a favor? Get me another coffee on the double. Dimitri, shut your mouth with the crying. Get me another coffee on the double. Remember, 2 sugar in the raws, okay? Like Dick Facce style. Dimitri, quiet. I'm putting a coffee order in. Okay, it's very rude. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, Juliet, I'm just destroying Dimitri's life real quick. Then I'm back to I know you want me to finish my Amco commercial. I'm going to do it. I'm going to double AMCO it. Okay, let me finish my commercial here first. Okay, I got Dimitri on. I got 1.5 mil. How much is a double AMCO paying you? I don't think so. Double AMCO. That's the new song that I'm writing for them. But I didn't have to take time out of my show to do that. Okay, Juliet, I'm in the middle. I got Dimitri on. Made a cashish deal. It feels good to con someone right in the middle of the 97, 91, 102.7 vibe show. Like they tune in. Oh, it's a good vibe. No, it's a vibe. You don't know what vibe you're getting. I'm sorry. You got the friggin' 102.7 vibe. Ripping the whole thing down. Crisis call center situation. Anyway, fam and friends, it looks like we did it again. Another successful evening here on Renaissance Man, where we created a better part of most of the next movie here for Renaissance Man. In fact, I think my favorite part was the part where Mark Pires came back to the movie to give a little personal advice. That may be the keeper for the movie. We always talk about how there's got to be a full array of emotion for this to be the perfect program, for any show to be perfect. A piece of inspiration, a piece of comedy, a piece of love and laughter. All these things together. Positivity can do a lot for this world, and right now people have been so out of touch. It's hard for them to remember it. So when we're here together, it's important to remind others to join us so they can also call in and be a part of the show, So tomorrow we will continue our live call-in show here on the Renaissance Man program. And I will be doing a show midday like I did the last 2 days if you guys can join me. That will be calling as well, but it's going to be a little different for real estate for crypto, for any other of the markets, for any professions. I mean, it's going to be the same show, whatever. We're just doing 2 shows a day. I do want to start interviewing people, so if you know anybody, any other creators, any other scientists, doctors, whatever, anybody that a fitness guru, whatever, I'll interview anybody. I just want to start doing what I do here, which is connect with people. So introduce them to the show or give me their email address and I'll try them and see. And we'll see if we can make some magic happen here on the Renaissance Man Show. So, until tomorrow, Peter Bishop out, Mark Pires Renaissance in. And Katrina Charity, how are you with your Vago thing? Is another Katrina situation. If you're as bad as the first Katrina that came through here recently, a few years ago, you know, I don't want that Katrina here. You got like snow piling up, rain everywhere. Okay, we're ending the show, but we'll take one more phone call. Peter Bishop can get back on the air for one more. Peter Bishop. It seems like it was a spam call, interestingly. So fam and friends, tomorrow, I'm actually going to shut the Google phone off. Tomorrow, I'll have it back on during the show only. I don't need it at all during the day. So I just only pop it through to be able to take calls when we're live here. And outside of that, you can text me there if you guys would like. That is something I realized. If you want to send me messages on that number, 203, whatever the 741 talk, I think is what it is. Text messages come through here. Let me just shut this off real quick. All right, here we go. I'm just shutting this off. Come on, dude. All right, it's off. All right, so now any calls are going through to a voicemail, and you can absolutely send me a note, and I will do my best to answer any questions you may have. So remember, guys, tomorrow we do it all over again, day 1101. Guys, we're almost at 1111. That's going to be a sick day, 1111. I can't wait for 1111. And someone else mentioned the day it was going to be for day 2222 when we get to that. But we are almost at day 1111. We accomplished another crazy thing, getting to the 1100th day in a row. And I'm actually more excited about day 1300. That's the one I'm most excited about. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, fam and friends, remember, tomorrow we do it all over again. If you did not see also and you missed this show, go back and watch it. This is crazy. And early today, there was an intro bit which I'll be dropping in the next couple of days, which was so crazy funny. Anyway, and Kitty was on for that. But if I put out 4 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours today, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's a lot of content and you're missing a lot of it, but that's how I create and that's how I make movies, is I have to be on the air. So, thank you for the calls. Thank you for the inspiration to create. Thank you, Karen Sanchez. I know you didn't get a chance to make it tonight, but thank you, Karen Sanchez, for the idea. And tomorrow, we do it all over again. So, Anna Treos, thank you for your donation earlier today. Anna Treos, you rock. I hope you're feeling better. Katrina, I think you're not really, I think you're doing a little dropping weird link thing situation. Sydney, you rock. Keith Henry, you rock. MJ, Pamela Swan, and S. Coop. All three of you rock. And guys, remember, keep that smile on. Tomorrow we'll have more advice for you on the crisis line. You're on Renaissance Man. Until then, it's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. You got to go away. You got to go away. Have a great night, fam.
Peter